we go, everybody. We are live from our New Market office. We've got Marvin Alexander here, of course, Jen Silbernagel, and myself, Gary McGowan, and it is a pleasure to see everybody this morning. This is kind of a new format, so we're having fun with it, and we do have some pretty cool announcements for everybody this year, or today, which is going to lead in for next year, and of course, it's Christmas, and we want to celebrate that, and a really, really awesome celebration, something that we're going to celebrate right at the end of the video, an amazing accomplishment that you, our realtors, have done this year, which is outstanding. So what are we going to do today? Well, lots of things. We are going to talk to Jen and, of course, Marvin and discuss, how can we add value to you, our agents. And about 3 or 4 weeks ago, you may have received a phone call asking, how can we be better? What can we do to add to our brokerage? What can we do to add to you, our agents, whether it's something small, something big, and we looked at that, and one of the big things to come out of it, well, it's going to be evident on what we're adding today for the brokerage, right? And we're excited about it, and of course you should be, and that's what we're going to talk about, and there's lots of great things that going forward into the new year that we're going to look at adding as well, but more importantly, should we get at it?
Yeah, I just want to point out, because someone said I was like the princess and the king.
That's right.
Moving around. We are 6 feet 1 inch apart now. We've actually measured out. It's amazing.
Yeah.
So yeah, we're all good. See, this is a different format, right? It's kind of cool.
This is fun.
All right.
We see everybody online, and sometimes I see your comments coming in, and all good. And of course, this video will be sent out via email afterwards. And we're just excited that everybody on Christmas Eve jumped online with us. So
yeah.
Awesome stuff. Awesome stuff. So Marv, why don't we talk about what we accomplished as a brokerage for our agents over the last, 9 months, but really 12 months and so forth. So I'm going to bring up the slides for that. And,
the slides. How
look
awesome
at
is that?
Year in review. It's
I
all
love
yours.
that. That is amazing. Well, it's been a very interesting year for everyone, right? And we totally respect and appreciate what all the families are going through, what our KWRC family is going through. And I'm really proud of the team, and I'm proud of the team at large, being the entire company, of how everyone's adopted and adapted to the circumstances that we've been dealt. And let's take a look at, as a brokerage, what we've all accomplished together. Sound okay? Yeah. All right, so let's take a look. Boom. Look at that. That was like I did that, Jen. Okay, here we go. So Broker Hotline. So that initiative came just over a year ago, and we're having amazing feedback on that. So we think it's critical that our people can always have access to information to get answers from our brokers. I believe we're the only ones that have such an amazing tool available, and we're always looking to perfect that. But we're very pleased with the outcome. So we had the Broker Hotline, which is amazing. Thanks to all the brokers that are volunteering their time to participate. Paperless. Whew. Okay. Now, we went paperless, and we had planned to go paperless before COVID, and COVID started in the midst of us going paperless. Now, thankfully, we are a paperless brokerage, and that really truly proved to be an essential thing considering COVID, right? Mm-hmm. So it's really kind of allowed us to do so many things in terms of processing deals, and it's really become an amazing thing. Plus, it's great for the environment, right? So we went paperless, yes. COVID forms, okay. We were, as everyone knows, the innovators of COVID forms. And initially when the COVID forms came out, as everyone I'm sure recalls, there was 5 different forms, plus an overall summary and a Schedule B and a Schedule C and all that sort of thing. And originally when I initiated the COVID forms, the idea was I was just going to keep them for our brokerage.
Right.
And then we realized that we need to keep the whole industry at large going. So we rolled the COVID forms out to all brokerages, made them available right across Canada. It was even adopted by brokerages in the United States. I know that Gary and Andrew and Ottawa were getting tons of requests for the forms. And then, of course, we condensed the form, as did others, into one form that became electronically fillable. And I really do believe that that's part of what's allowed our industry to continue to thrive, even under the COVID circumstances, right? So we increased consumer confidence by doing that. So COVID forms, yes, we did that this year. Exclusivelistings.info. So some people are using it, some people aren't. But if you have an exclusive listing or you have a buyer need, you can go to our website, exclusivelistings.info, and you can actually see what's available. You can post in general terms what your buyer is looking for. It's a pretty cool tool. And again, some people use it, some people don't, but it's there. It's available for you if you need it or you want to use it. The big one for us was the innovation of mykwrc.ca. So if you're not using this tool, you really need to use it. It is a one-stop shop. So we have spent a considerable amount of money and time in the development of mykwrc.ca. The next initiation for that website will be an intranet login. So what's going to happen is in the next phase in 2021, you're going to log in, and it's going to be proprietary, obviously. And then what you're going to see in there are clauses. But we're going to now start to group our clauses so that it's going to be basically click and populate, click and populate. So there'll be agreements that are firm agreement, one conditional on financing, one on financing and inspection, one on the sale of buyer's property. Need your clauses, they're all there. And there'll be a commercial library as well. So I'm tasked with going through the clauses, and then Christine and Andrew will discuss them all, and then we'll make sure that it's a really nice, tight package. Numerically there'll be a table that you can actually look at and see an overview of all the clauses. It's going to be really cool, but it's a bit more work, right? So that's what's to come with mykwrc.ca. You guys have any questions? Are we good so far?
That's good. That website, we don't only use that for our agents. I want everyone to know that.
Right.
Use that to share. We got a tremendous amount of training on it. Our team, our meetings end up on that website. And I personally use it as a recruitment tool to share all the good news that we're doing. There's many, many different ways that you can use it, for sure.
It's an awesome site. So again, if you haven't been there, I really encourage you to go there, right? Broker Bay. So the interesting thing, first of all, Broker Bay, we've had absolutely amazing feedback on the implementation of Broker Bay. We contracted Broker Bay before COVID, and we had scheduled to roll it out around the time COVID sort of really hit. And obviously we had some complications in the timing of that, and we still managed to push through and launch Broker Bay. And what that allows our people to do is more easily book appointments, have their sellers involved in the appointment booking. It's just an amazing tool. It's really just changed the way that we do business, and we're really grateful to have it. And in the introduction of Broker Bay also meant that we had to change our answering service, right? So I think that might even be the next point. So the Apto answering service, thank you. So Apto is a company that works sort of in tandem with Broker Bay, and now we can even have our answering service booking appointments through the Broker Bay portal. So really you have a 24/7 opportunity to have appointments booked on your listings. And I think even our people are finding that when they go to book showings on other brokerages listings that don't have Broker Bay, they're like, oh man, they don't have Broker Bay, right? Yeah. And I do also believe that there's agents out there that if they have a multitude of things they want to show, they'll probably take the easiest ones and just pick the Broker Bay kind of listings that they can easily book appointments on.
Yeah, people are commenting here, so happy we switched to Broker Bay. And one of the other amazing elements with Broker Bay is their exclusive listings and their wants and needs, and get into there. I looked the other day, I think there was close to 800 listings on that, on their exclusive website.
Yeah, there's a lot. And of course, we came up with exclusivelistings.info before Broker Bay. So we thought we had something really special there. Now ours is just exclusive to brokerages in our area, so that's what makes it a little bit more localized, if you will. However, I do believe a lot of people are utilizing the Broker Bay exclusive network, which is larger than ours. However, they enhance one another, so it's great. It's been wonderful.
And use it selfishly, but use it to talk to your clients about, because right now there's a lack of listings.
Right.
If there's 800 plus listings on that website, that's, use it. Go search. Go help your clients and find that home for them.
Yeah, and I would use it in my listing presentation too, right? Like it's a marketing tool. So you can say, listen, they have all the statistics on there, and you can actually use it as a listing tool when you're going out and competing, especially for listings, to say, look, our listings are getting better exposure, they're easier to book, it's a better consumer experience for you, and not every brokerage is going to spend the money or be able to qualify, because you have to be a certain size in order to do this. So
and then I want to add on to that too, just from the listing appointment perspective, when your house is getting appointments booked on it, the way that your client interacts with our brokerage is so much cleaner now as
Yeah.
well, right? Because like Dylan and I just went through this selling our house, and we had a crazy amount of showings. We would just get an email that would pop up, and we would just click accept, and then it would go through. And there's no phone call. We didn't have to call anybody back. We didn't have to try and navigate. If we didn't like it, we just denied it, suggested a time change, and it just all went through the system. Right?
It's phenomenal, and they deserve all like amazing accolades for what they've developed, right? So we're pleased to be in business with them. So yeah, it's a great point. You got to experience it as a consumer,
Yeah,
right? Pretty
yeah,
cool.
It was really cool.
Yep. Okay. Zoom team meetings. So obviously we've had to adapt. So our brokerage is a high-touch brokerage, which maybe is terminology that you don't want to hear at COVID, but it is a high-touch brokerage. So typically what we're accustomed to doing is bringing people into our training facility on an almost daily basis, and there's an interaction, there's a touch. We're like a family, right? Same thing with our team meetings. We put on a production that's basically like an Italian wedding, is the way we always joke about it, right? Where it's catered and it's done extremely well. So we've had to make some adaptations in order to continue to provide information to our people and keep us connected. And we've done that through Zoom team meetings, and I think they've been as effective as they can be under the circumstances.
Yeah.
Yeah, would you agree?
And really fun feedback, or interaction, maybe that's a better word, during the meetings, and having, just like this, having people comment, and it, we're all about community, obviously, at KWRC, and this just is an extension of that, if you will, right?
Yeah, and I think, what we have to realize too with COVID is that there will be some things that we take from this that are actually going to improve the way we do things, and maybe change forever the way we do things. And we're all about, as this meeting is going to explain, analyzing, reviewing, adapting, being progressive, getting ahead of whatever is going on. So it's really important to us to do that. I think the script off is a good example of that, right?
Yeah.
That was a cool thing, and it's been immensely popular, and it's what we intend to do going forward, whether it's in person or on Zoom, right? But it came as a result of that too.
Absolutely, yeah.
Pretty cool.
Very good.
So continuing with the year in review, Scott Leroy Marketing Suite. So this has been immensely popular. So we actually pay for this too, right? We have 24-hour tech concierge support. They'll do everything from loading your database into Command to really essentially helping you with every aspect of KW Command. They're an amazing company. Maybe there's anything you want to add to that, Jen? Or?
Yeah, I think one of the biggest value pieces is the leverage of it, right? So from, like you said, adding your contacts in to setting up smart plans, doing your tags, organizing your database, websites, you can get them to do all of that. So if you're not a non-techie person, or you're not comfortable with it, or you don't have the time to learn the new technology, this is plug and play. You just reach out to them, set up a profile, tell them what you want, and then they go and do it. And the best thing about it is their turnaround time is extremely impressive. Like they've done entire uploads of databases, tagged them, organized them in like less than 24 hours for some people. So that's way faster than any of us are going to do it.
Yeah, and I think what people have to realize is, some people say, oh, other brokerages type our offers. That's like, you might as well have Fred Flintstone chiseling your offer on a piece of whatever, granite, right? Like, come on, that is the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard. We're teaching people to be business people, to run a high-level business, and we're giving them high-level administrative support through all of these services. So, when I hear things like, oh, well, they'll type our offers for us, people don't even think about that. So now you have a brokerage that actually has your entire database tied up in their office for their benefit, and we're all about teaching you to run a high-level business. And the services we provide are all geared towards taking your business to the next level. And I believe that the people that are associated with our company understand the difference. So this is an example of that. When we provide administrative support, we do it in such a manner that it takes people's business to the next level, and they're truly a business owner, independent thinkers, right? So I think it's a great product.
Yeah, to kind of piggyback on that, Marv, one of the things I often like to say is, I know I can be a great realtor, I think, at any brokerage. What I don't think I couldn't have been is a great business owner. Like KW, you yourself has taught me to be a great business owner. That's a huge difference.
It is a
huge difference. Yeah.
And those that get it really get it.
Yeah.
So it's a cool tool. So we're very pleased to include that without cost to our people. So Scott Leroy, KW Assist. So then we heard, okay, there's so many people that were at the cusp of hiring an assistant, but really didn't have the funds maybe, or just wasn't sure when the right time was going to be. So we thought, okay, let's offer an Ontario-based fully English speaking, KW Command, totally capable platform. So we have 13 full-time assistants that they can hire by the minute. So not everybody needs an assistant all the time, or maybe they want to test it out. So we have exclusivity. We have KW Assist. It's an amazing initiative. And even if somebody wants to hire an assistant, they'll even train your assistant. So or if your assistant goes on vacation, right?
Yep.
They'll even have assistant, like you can use the KW Assist program to be the stopgap for when your assistant's on vacation. So now all of a sudden, people that say, hey, I need administrative help or whatever, we have KW Assist waiting, and you pay by the minute. I think they said on average it takes them 7 minutes or something to load a listing in Command. So I don't know what that is. Maybe it costs $7 or something. I mean, I don't know, maybe you can comment on that better, but
yeah, well, it's a really nice Starbucks coffee instead of a Tim's coffee. However, and to your point earlier, it's all about leverage, right? And leveraging the task out so you can do the most important thing, which is talking to clients.
100%. And the thing that's also really unique about KW Assist is that they're not in our building. So when you use the administrative services of a front desk, right?
Yeah,
somebody who's answering the phone, with this type of marketplace, you're often competing. So I would never want the same person doing an offer for me when they're doing an offer for someone else in the brokerage, and it's all right there for anyone to see. So that's what's also nice about this. Your marketing pieces are separate. They're off-premise. If they're doing a deal for you and they're typing it up, that's off-premise. It's a really cool tool, right? So we really worked hard on the initiation of that one. Okay, what else we got? EFT payments. Okay, I couldn't believe it. There's still brokerages out there that do not pay out every day. So we pay out every day, and we do it electronically. And I think our admin department does an amazing job of that. It's actually become an expectation. Hey, my closing was today. I'm hoping to get paid tomorrow, right? It's pretty cool. And we actually hear from our colleagues how delighted they are on how quickly we pay out. So I'm really proud of EFT payments. And it makes a difference for our people, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah. Sure. This was huge, and I know Stephanie worked very hard at getting this initiative. I don't know if there's any other brokerages in the area that have it, but we have a payee direct deposit. So people can go to the major banks. You can actually go add payee, find KW Realty Centers on there, and actually do your deposit on a transaction this way. How cool is that?
And we've had them come in over the last couple of weeks. 5,000, 20,000, 50,000, and it's instantly. It's fantastic.
Yeah. So just so people understand this, to be an ad payee, it's a whole investigative process, right? Because of course the banks want to ensure that it's all done correctly, and there's a different agreement with every major financial institution. So to get all of the banks and trust companies on there was an immense amount of work. So now if your clients have a deposit they want to make, imagine they can just go on their bank, go to ad payee, go to KWRC, and actually send the deposit. It's a pretty cool thing. Fantastic. And it's also safe, right?
Yeah. That's the most important piece. Yeah.
Yeah. And on that note, that's where we came up with the wire deposit security features. So what was happening is we actually had people intercepting emails and fraudulently, obviously, and then they were notifying either the buyer's agent or the buyer, depending on how the correspondence was, that to redirect the deposit to a different account, that they were inadvertently given the incorrect, imagine that, trust account to deposit their money into. So we actually had to come up with a security feature to make sure that wire deposits are safe. So we actually have a wire deposit security features in place and actually password protected. So it's like a two-step process to ensure that when someone does wire money to us, it's very secure. All of these initiatives to make sure that we can continue business at a high level. And again, I would be using these things on a listing presentation as well, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Because you can say, these are the initiatives that we've taken to protect your transaction, Mr. or Mrs. Seller, right? So pretty cool.
Yeah, that's a good point.
We're also always updating our technology. So we've updated all of the bullpen computer hardware as well. It's amazing how time goes by. And in technology terms, 3 years is like 30 years, right? So we're always updating, and we have just done that. So all of the bullpen computers have been updated. There's no Commodore 64s kicking around. It's all, I know I'm dating myself now, but it's all really modern, great computer hardware. So
that's fantastic. In a year where a lot of companies, not just only brokerages, but a lot of companies kind of set back and kind of did one of these, we did the opposite, Marvin. So thank you for leading that. And I know our agents tremendously appreciate it. But it's important to always be looking forward and how do we continue to add value. And over the last, as I said, over the last month, we made many calls to our agents, you guys, and talk to you to see where we could add value. And that's one of the things that Jen and Marv and Steph and I, we talked about over the last week or so on, where are some of those gaps or valleys and where can we stand in them,
Right.
or how do we stand in them and what can we do? And that's what we want to talk to you today about. And this is our KWRC value proposition, but in a sense, what we're adding to. And a lot of it revolves around the coaching program that Jen leads quite amazingly, I will add. And Jen, I'm going to hand it over to you, and you take it from here.
Yeah, no, I'm so excited about this. I love that we're doing it. And I think we've known for a little bit that there's been a gap. We've just been trying to figure out how to fix it, right? And we finally come up with the solution. So yeah, the first thing I guess that I'll start with is that we're actually rebranding the different coaching categories. And the reason for that is because it allows us to fix one of our challenges that we've had and give you guys more support. So what's been known traditionally as our productivity coaching is now going to be PC Career Launch. And that's going to be for anybody who's new to the business or has never written a transaction. So that program is going to stay the same in the way it functions. Myself and then Dylan and Erica, the two other coaches, are working together to make sure everyone is supported in that. All of our new agents go into that. And yeah, we're really excited to see that grow over the next year as we continue to talk to new agents. And and in our conversations with recruiting, and Gary and I have been talking to some newer agents recently, and as far as we can tell, like nobody else is offering a program that's this involved, that's this one-on-one with the connection that we're giving them with agents who are active in the market. So
I agree. And what I would add to that is, so what we realized is that when somebody joins our brokerage as a new realtor, if they don't enroll in coaching, we don't want them, because we want everybody to succeed, right? So the only way that we could come up with a way to do that is for the brokerage to pay for it.
Right.
So our company actually pays to launch everyone's career. And my understanding is that even the real estate schools are talking about it. If you want to launch your career, this is where you have to come, right? So we're actually getting to the point where we can pick and choose who we want to invest in, because it is an investment for us. And I think that it's really made a huge difference. The amount of people that have launched their career and gone on to be highly productive realtors is really quite amazing, right?
Yeah.
So I think it's a really smart initiative. And it also, what it does too is it raises the bar of the company at large, right? So we want to be known as a company where we want people that are going to strive for excellence and performance.
One of the questions that just came in here, Jen, is what's the cost for that coaching program? And
for the PC one?
Yeah.
So Marvin just covered that.
Yeah,
It's free, guys.
It's free.
It's free.
If you're not in it, I don't know if you're an agent who isn't in production and you're not taking advantage of it. Maybe come talk to me, because obviously the message hasn't gotten to you in the way that you needed to hear it, and schedule a one-on-one and let's chat about it, because it's covered by the brokerage.
Yeah.
That's the best part.
What do you think the value, like what would it cost to enroll in that kind of coaching, typically speaking, for a year?
Oh man, anywhere from, 500, 600 a month. So call it 12,000, 10,000, 12,000 a year. I mean, it varies depending on the level.
Right.
So, the cheapest I've seen is 300-400. The most expensive is about 1,000.
So
a month.
5,000 to 12,000 kind of
Yeah.
range, right?
Yeah.
I mean, that's quite significant.
Yeah.
So again, those are the sorts of things that I think really sets us apart. So we've got PC Career Launch for the new agents. Go to the big announcement.
Yes.
Okay.
we got two.
Oh, yeah, we
three,
actually.
actually.
Yeah, we actually have a few. Sorry,
Yeah.
go ahead.
The next big announcement is we are launching a second level of coaching called PC Career Growth. And what's amazing about this is that, once again, it is being paid for by the brokerage. It is being provided for you guys for free. And the goal behind this is that if you're an agent who has done some production, but you're not yet a capping agent, we've created an entire coaching program for you for free. So we have heard that, you guys have been looking for some support, and that not in a position to pay for that maybe. And so we talked it over and decided, you know what, we want to make sure that not only our new agents are getting the support that they need to grow. And so we've created career growth coaching. And what that's going to involve is, daily morning check-ins, a weekly mastermind with your core group of people within the program. You get access to myself as a coach to help you with transactions or anything of that nature. There will also be a la carte services if you want to book longer times or do more business coaching. You can book one-on-one sessions with an additional cost to it. There's also going to be training that's provided to you that you can attend in person in the training center, COVID prohibiting, or online. And then you're also going to get access to Google Drive resources, YouTube resources, systems, all of that sort of stuff. So what the new guys are getting, plus, plus, plus.
It's pretty amazing because what we identified is that middle group of people, so between new and cappers, we needed to come up with something to take their careers to the next level. And this has an overlap with administrative assistance and all those sorts of things. Now, don't get me wrong. This isn't an administrative program. It is truly a high-level coaching program. And what Jen outlined is really quite amazing. And I think the cost of that would also be similar to what we were talking about before, right?
Yeah.
So now we have a mechanism for the first time to take people launching their career into growth and people that are at growth and get them into capping.
Yeah.
And the trick was to figure out how are we going to fund this, because it is a pretty expensive endeavor, because we're now saying everybody in these two categories is getting coaching for free.
Yeah.
Pretty cool.
Yeah.
Are we getting comments on that? If not, we should be.
We are. Sorry. This is truly amazing, ridiculously amazing, all great stuff. And it is. I can't think of any other brokerage or office that provides support like this. You know, there's training, and then there's coaching and mentoring like what Jen's program is offering, and that is at a completely different level.
It is, and I think it shows everybody, first of all, nobody really cares how much you know until they know how much you care, right? And I hope that everybody really does know how much we care, and this is an example of that. And again, all of these little trinkets that can get dangled in front of you here and there, this is about true fundamental things that really take your business to the next level. And that's what I think true business people and entrepreneurs want. So we figured out a way, thankfully, after countless hours and days and weeks and even months, to launch this program. And I'm very proud of it and proud of you, Jen. Thank you.
Yeah, very good. So that takes us to...
Yes, the PC Capper Club. Cappers, we did not forget about you. Don't worry.
Awesome.
I know that you guys are probably sitting there going like, what about me, right?
Yeah.
And obviously there are coaching programs in place that I know some of you are a part of already, and those will continue as we have already structured them. But we did want to provide some more support and some more community, and that to the cappers who we recognize, you know, we don't always have the high level conversation that maybe you're looking for in your business. So we created a PC Capper Club, and what that's going to look like is basically it's going to be mainly 3 different components. The first one being that we're going to be doing a mastermind with you guys as well, so that we can, you know, talk about what's working in your business, what tools you're utilizing, what other people are doing, where their success is coming from, and that'll be facilitated once a month. There'll also be monthly, this is my favorite part, the live panels, where the idea behind that, and Gary and myself, I think, will be facilitating a lot of that. We're going to be taking cappers from within the brokerage who are succeeding at a very high level in a particular area, and we're going to be putting them on a panel. And everybody who's in the capper category can come and attend that event or be online and participate in that event and hear what they're doing. So not only are we going to be recognizing your capping achievements and what you're doing in your business and putting you on a pedestal, but we're also going to be sharing that with everybody else to make sure that we're all learning from each other and growing from each other, because what one person is really good at, another might struggle in. And so if we can leverage and elevate each other through our successes, then why not? And then the third piece of this, which I think is probably Marvin's favorite, is that we're going to be creating a Cappers WhatsApp group. And Marv, do you want
WhatsApp Cap?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, WhatsApp Cap. Just drop the mic. WhatsApp Cap. Okay.
Yeah, WhatsApp Cap. And the idea for that is just that you guys can, you know, access each other and chat, ask questions. If you're working on something and you need support, I'm going to be in that chat. Gary's going to be in that chat. Marv's going to be in that chat.
Excuse me, I actually do have a WhatsApp.
He does.
Yeah, I know, hard to believe. So go ahead, sir.
And probably Christine, I would assume. I'm
Yeah,
not
for
sure
sure.
yet. I'm not speaking for her, but I'd assume she's going to want to
She's
be
not
in there
here,
as
so you
well.
can. She's downstairs. It's
Yeah, I've
perfect.
now delegated that she's responsible. So we're all going to be there to obviously support and answer questions, but we want to hear what's going on in your business and talk about what we're experiencing in the market, especially when we're seeing trends like we've been seeing over the last few months, and everyone's trying to navigate and figure out what's working and what's not, because it changes month to month, right?
Right. It's going to be quite exciting, because I find a lot of the times we go outside to get ideas, but quite frankly, when we started talking about it and looking at I mean, the amazing production of our realtors, right? Of our cappers, and how some of them are going about it in similar ways, some of them very different ways. Imagine if they actually were together sharing those ideas. It's going to be very powerful.
Yeah.
I can hear you getting
it is.
comments.
Yeah, we can hear it beeping.
I think it's Christine. I don't know for sure, but I'm
Sorry,
saying it is.
Christine.
She says I'll be there.
Oh, that's good.
No,
That's
lots of
amazing.
great, lots of amazing comments. And there's what this is developing, as a whole, we are an amazing community, but it's, where community is best served is in smaller groups. And that's where, you're going to create some not only amazing relationships, but you're going to learn from each other, as you just mentioned,
Absolutely.
right?
Yeah, absolutely. And I think there'll be some other initiatives that we'll be introducing. It's going to be, it's ever evolving, but this is also, all of this is going to tie into our training calendar. So maybe I can touch on that.
Yeah.
So of course, you can attend any training you want, and we're going to get back eventually to in-class training. But what we're going to start to do is actually label the training either L for Launch or G for Growth or C for Capper, so that you can actually take training that's on point for where you are in your career. I think it's going to really help. Now, if you're in Launch and you want to attend a general Capper training that's on the calendar, certainly go ahead. However, we're going to follow sort of the system that they use at Mega Camp and Family Reunion, and we're going to label from going forward the classes so that you can see what it's geared towards. And E will be everyone, right? So we'll have L, G, C, E.
Yep.
I don't know what that abbreviation really. As I was saying, I was like, I wonder where it's going to end up. But yeah, that's what we're going to have.
I don't know what that spells.
I don't know.
But I like it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Very good, very good. And we're continuing with some of the other coaching programs. And of course, you launched.
Yeah. So we have sorry, I totally forgot about this part. We still have our admin and leadership coaching, which is the most advanced level of the coaching, where if you are building a team and you're looking for support, not only in hiring and building out that team, but what the model looks like, how to follow it, what the timelines, the 30, 60, 90s, all of that KW stuff, and a little bit of what we know is tried and tested and works outside of that. We're discussing all of that. You get one-on-one coaching, plus you get coaching for your administrator within that model. And then there's also our advanced coaching, which is more one-on-one, business specific, targeted business planning, 411 accountability, weekly calls that quite a few of our guys are already in right now and taking advantage of. And those will continue as normal. They do have fees related to them because it's much more one-on-one and focused time.
Very high level. Yeah.
Very high level coaching. So those are going to be available to you as well. And then another thing that we didn't even talk about that I just remembered was we reformatted the team coaching. If you have a team with agents and you want coaching for your agents, we have a model for that now as well that we've just kind of finalized and are going to be rolling out. So it's not on there because we forgot to mention it, but that's also a part of the coaching now as well. So we pretty much got you covered.
Anybody, have we? I think
I
we've
don't know.
covered everything.
Yeah.
So that's quite exciting. So it's really important to be, totally inclusive, and I think we've really accomplished that now.
Yeah, and if we are missing somebody,
let us
please
know.
let us know.
I don't know what category you're in, but let us know.
Yeah. And it's just important. So again, this is in response to talking with you, our agents, and asking questions, and you providing us with constructive feedback, great feedback in areas where, just like this, where we could be better. And we feel that this is just our launching pad too, if you will. And I love the name of your coaching program, right? The Productivity Success Network. If there's one thing that we know, success breeds success.
Yes.
And this is just, this is that snowball effect that I want to fast forward a year and then do the year in review and see how great how great this has been, right? And that's the part I'm excited for.
Oh yeah, this next year is going to be. I don't even know the word for it. It's going to be great. That's the only word I can think of. It's exciting.
It is.
It's exciting for you guys. It's exciting for us. It's for me to grow the coaching program, for the brokerage, for what it's going to create, right? And what that means for us.
And I think this is what our realtors have to do too. Like, what got you to where you are isn't necessarily what it's going to take to take you to where you want to go next. So we're always, looking at ways to improve and to innovate and to stay ahead of what's happening. And I'm really excited about where we're going for 2021. It's pretty exciting.
Very good. Very good. Yeah. So with some of the questions in here, and of course, reach out to Jen and get yourself involved. If there's any action plan, that's the action plan. Get yourself involved. You know where you fit in, and we'll be obviously reaching out to you as well because we want to see you succeed for 2021. Perfect. We good?
I think
I
we're
think
good.
we're good.
Okay, we're good. So this past year has been a year, and there's something that we're going to celebrate here in just a moment. Total volume for 2020, and Marvin and I and Jen were talking just before we went live here, and to the best of our knowledge, we are in fact 99.999, just about 100% sure that no one in this area, no other brokers in this area has accomplished what you have accomplished this year. In light of everything that happened, I asked a question on a Facebook group the other day, did 2020 happen to you or for you? And a lot of the comments came in. At the beginning, it happened to us, right? We weren't sure how to respond, and even as a brokerage, we didn't know,
Same.
right?
Sure.
And it took, some people were pivoted fast within a week or two, and some it took longer. And I like to think we acted pretty quickly, which allowed you, our agents, to just go out and do what you do best. And what you did this year, Marv, it is unbelievable.
It is amazing. Well, I can tell you, it's certainly a record for us. And as you said, we believe it's a record period for our area. It's amazing. I'll let you tell them, Gary. Yeah.
All right. I got to do this correctly. So so what we're going to celebrate. Oh, look at that. There it is. I missed it.
That's okay.
$1 billion.
We did 1 billion. Count the zeros.
That's right. Marv made sure I would say count the zeros.
Yeah.
You wrote, and not only did you write, you closed on $1 billion of real estate this year. And for a brokerage that doesn't have 1,000 or 2,000, because those brokerages exist out there.
Sure.
Right? And really, we're just over 200 in agent count, which means our agents are they're in high production. Right?
$1 billion in volume. Think about that, right? So you take all of our clientele in 2020 of all years, and we collectively sold $1 billion of their real estate. So I congratulate everybody, because that is a significant accomplishment. And of course, it's leading to our record profit sharing year as well.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Right?
So we're quite excited about that.
'Cause I wish I knew the number of transactions that equated to. We have that info. I just don't have it at the top of my head. But that's a tremendous amount of success for you, our agents, our staff downstairs, which is, I want to
imagine processing
exactly.
$1 billion worth of deal closings, right?
Yeah. And we eclipsed, 2017, which I believe was our biggest year to date until last week, right?
Yeah, right.
And that we all remember that year. That was incredibly highly productive. And this year, we talked about it briefly. Not a lot of transactions happened in the month of April, which led to your May and your June closing, so forth. But man, you guys accomplished something amazing. I know that Mary is working on an advertising campaign that we'll share, and you can certainly share and celebrate it. Right? This is something that needs to be celebrated. Celebrate it. We are certainly celebrating.
Yeah, it's huge, right? I mean, and I think about it. We reminisced about how great 2017 was in 2018, and we reminisced about 2017 and 2019, and then 2020 happened. Everyone's like, "Oh my gosh!" Right? Who would have thought that we're going to reminisce about the volume done in 2020? So our goal is to take 2021 to even a higher level, and these are the initiatives that we put in place to do that. $1 billion, that's the new floor, not the ceiling.
Yeah. We talk about your new financial IQ. So when an agent goes from 100 to 200, now that's their financial. Well, now this is our volume IQ, right? That's the bar that we will continually to go past, which is
it's awesome.
Fantastic. Good. Very good. So some pretty amazing things that we talked about today for sure. And of course, as we lead into the holiday season and Christmas only being 2 days away, imagine, it is, it's a great time, obviously, in the year to reflect on some of the amazing things that happened this year. And of course, the success that we get to look forward to into next year. And I got to tell you, as a staff here and working for you, it's a truly an honor to be associated with KWRC.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you.
Yeah, I agree.
Well, we just really want to wish everyone a very healthy, safe, happy holiday season. I know it's not what we all want it to be. I mean, there's difficulty there, and we'll get through it together as we have so far. We're turning the corner on this, and when we can, we're going to give you the biggest hug ever, and we're going to throw the biggest post-COVID party
right.
you have ever seen. We are going to whoop it up and get back to hugging each other and celebrating on less than 6 feet 1 inch proximity to one another. So look, we care for everyone deeply, and we wish you all a happy holiday. Anybody else wants to add? Is that good?
Yeah,
No,
Merry Christmas, of course, is coming
Merry
in here from
Christmas,
the
thank
chat.
you.
Happy holidays.
Yeah.
As I said, it is truly an honor to serve and to work for you and keep providing support like this. Have an amazing time with your close family, and certainly reach out to everybody over this holiday time. You know, one phone call or one text can change somebody's day, year, life. Reach out to your loved ones,
Right.
and all the best to you, and Happy New Year when it does happen.
All right. Mwah. See you guys.
Bye.
Bye-bye now.